Hello, how y'all doing? I hope y'all having a wonderful day. Because if y'all don't, oh well, it's almost over, right? Um, y'all, I just finished watching. So before did this, I had to make sure that when I listened to somebody read the book, I had to verify the chapters that they was displaying, and actually if that book was word by word. So y'all can find many people reading this book. It's like 60 pages, okay? They're reading this book, they're doing commentaries, doing the reading. So if you want, I will put in my description if you just want them to like read it, not talk about it, okay? I'm gonna say this. As a person that writes journals, I felt like this memoir, this journal was not personal. It was like, get to the point. There's something about when you're writing a journal that you feel like, hey, this is for my safekeepings. You have um you have no boundaries. Um you have zero boundaries. But a lot of times I feel like when I was listening to people reading it, didn't have um it didn't have like a woman's touch in this memoir. It was like really rushed. Um, it didn't have any feelings. She really didn't talk about her feelings. She just talked about how angry she was. But one thing that stood out to me is and they effed up when they wrote this book, or whoever wrote this book, they effed up. All right. Timeline is very important. Definitely when you're coming to air out some dirty laundry. Timing is everything. And when I was listening to it, it was chapter 14. Let me go back. Let me see exactly what chapter it was. It was chapter 14. And she said something about Quincy. Me and Quincy was, and then it started talking about J Lo and Diddy. You shot up the club. If you anybody who knew back in the day, Diddy, and I had Word Up magazine. Christian was born before that shooting up. So she would not have put in her memoir just Quincy. She would have put Christian, not Quincy. So, like I said, this was a man's memoir. This wasn't Kim's memoir because events and dates are very special to certain women. And I assume that children will be very important, that she wouldn't have missed out or she forgot that Quincy had a brother at this time. And the timelines of her getting pregnant was after J-Lo. Quincy was born in 1980. I'm sorry, 1998. That shooting happened in 1999. Real talk. So why would she even forget Christian in that segment? She wouldn't. See, sometimes, and at first when I was reading it, I was like, Diddy wrote this book. Diddy wrote this book and he put it out to the public and stamped Kim. And what he did was he tried to sabotage everybody. And so it'd be so unbelievable that nobody's going to be like, everybody said that's not true. I'll I'll basically said, hey, that wasn't true. That book is a lie. Now we're looking at people different, but I looked at the timeline different. Why would anybody, if you're a mother and you're writing in a journal or you're recapping your life, you'll put that most important thing first is events, not, you know, oh, I forgot I had Christian at this time. She would had actually had put Christian baby Quincy was Christian was da 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 da. It was rushed. This was a man-made memoir. Now I'm not saying that these events did not happen. I just said that it's fake to me because of the timeline. And if you're a woman, you remember every little thing about birth. You'll remember your pregnancy. You'll remember the time, the date. And I just felt like whoever this person that released it, wrote it, I don't think he knew Kim. Um, I don't know Kim, but I don't think he knew Kim. He just sat around in circles and hear a lot of people talking, and he just builds up a book. That's how I personally feel. Um, but yeah, that book is fake in my eyes. Y'all might I have so many people say oh, I believe this book. Majority of y'all probably don't understand why I said it was fake because again, Christian was born in 1998. Diddy's shooting happened in 1999. She had made it look like the shooting was before her son, and that's not the case. Another thing about the whole breakup, like I said, I used to watch Word magazine, and I think they had an event that they broke up, and this was probably the same time, not Casey, but this is the same time he got arrested for having intercourse on a beach. He got arrested, I think in Miami or South Beach, sometime around where she basically cut the cords from Diddy. Now, she cut the cords from Diddy, and then a couple years later, she had the twins. But she also had talked about him having a baby while she was pregnant with the twins. See, there's a lot of things that wouldn't just be like, oh, he made me have a train, all this stuff. I don't think that would have been something that she'll put in there. She'll probably put more of the everyday events than just what the people wanted to hear. This was what people wanted to hear. This is not what was actually her. And that's the reason why I said it's a man made memoir. But to each his own. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. But that's the only thing I debunked off of this book that I call fake, and it's the timeline. And yeah, no woman is not going to forget her kid in a timeline. That's just me. All right. So y'all have a beautiful day. If y'all haven't read the book or you haven't heard the book read, there's plenty of people that's reading this book and it's actually funny. Y'all, when I tell y'all, when I first when maybe like the first three chapters, I said, you know what? Who in the hell wrote this book? So to me, I thought it was Diddy. Y'all ain't gonna lie. I thought it was Diddy. The timeline, the book dropping, everything. I just thought it was Diddy. I'm like, Diddy was like, yo, these people already said she had a book out. When we just put out a book and have people thinking. So when I do get in trouble, it looks like they're, everybody's lying. And then I thought it was 50 Cent. I ain't even gonna lie. But y'all, in the comments, who you thought really wrote this book? Okay, did you think Diddy did it, or did you think 50 Cent did it? Because hey, y'all can't make this up. This book is actually funny, and when I say it's funny, it's like, what woman did this? And y'all, I'm being honest. Kim was a '90s woman. 90s, y'all gotta understand, 90s women were scared of the HIV/AIDS epidemic. They wasn't. They might. Let's be honest. They might, but yeah, those women. Yeah, I don't know. They was more scared of catching something than, you know what I mean. They was scared of it. Okay, hands down. And I just wish it wasn't that you needed more name dropping. That book was an intimate one for her to have a journal. And the kicker, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, at the end of the book, this might be a real event, okay? I'm not going to dial down, but like I said, this was not her memoir that she wrote, but this is a man-made memoir. Um, she wrote how sick she was. Y'all, y'all, are you kidding me? Are you really kidding? Did this really happen? I need somebody to actually let me know this really happened. Because y'all can't tell me this memoir actually happened. Nope, you can't tell me. But to each his own, y'all have a beautiful day. And I'm probably going to talk about another reaction, but I just had to talk about that part. Y'all, I ain't even gonna lie to you. This was ridiculous. But hey, everybody gotta come up, right? Like me. I'm coming up off of the memoir. I guess some people they do. I'll be honest with you. And before I leave, fame is everybody wants to be famous, right? Is there anybody who definitely said I would never want to be famous besides my teenage daughter? That's one person. But be honest with you, people want the rich and the famous with a price. Um, any young girl that watched this, even I wouldn't tell you this is a real book, but you should, if you don't read it or if you listen to it, take heed of the power money can do. Kim, if this actually is something that really took place, such as the sex parties while she was pregnant, um, just staying so you can continue to get a lifestyle. This is terrible. And y'all, when I'm a regular old shaman, I work 2 jobs and I have kids, but I wanted that lifestyle as a kid. I wanted Puff Daddy in seventh grade. I was telling the world I'm going to get married to Puff Daddy. Now knowing all this shenanigans, and I wasn't the only one, so I'm not going to sit here and say I wasn't. I was I was a '90s video watcher, and I thought that was the life. And I could always tell y'all this, and I used to be so mad at my stepdad because my stepdad just did not allow me to audition for like rap videos, and I stayed in Virginia at this time, and we had Missy Elliott and Magoo, and they always will have something to do with something with music or talent and all that stuff. And my stepdad was like, nope, thank God. You know, that's all I'm gonna say is thank God. Sometimes you dodge a bullet and you sit back and you don't know better. But y'all, we got the books, we got the education, so we know better. So we don't have to have these memoirs. I was trapped. You was trapped because you wanted to be trapped. You like what you had. You like the access to parties. You like, even if she kept saying she didn't like it, it's more like It was like a job you have to go to every day. Of course, your biggest perk is your money, right? Kim was just going to work every day. And in this memoir, now I don't know. This is that man memoir. This is not a woman's memoir. This is a man's word, not hers. And that's just me. And I said what I said. If it was her words, her timeline would match. The timeline doesn't match. And only men would not know these details. So, like I said, if Diddy wrote it, he would definitely have put the timelines together. Uh, you know what I'm saying? But this is somebody who did not know. Because if he did know, he would know that Quincy was not the only child when that shooting happened. Quincy will have a brother. That's real talk. So I'll talk to y'all beautiful people later. Thank y'all for joining me. If you joined, if you didn't, you closed out. Deuces. All right. Have a great day.